Hello everyone, my name is Cooper Tyrrell, also known as Cooper Draws Art. In case you're new here, I'm a speed drawing artist, and I draw character designs here on my YouTube channel. Now normally I'd have a character redesign planned out for this week's video, but I decided to do something a little bit different here. Instead, I've decided to do a little compilation video featuring all my past character redesigns for the amazing digital circus. This is my first ever compilation video, so I hope you'll enjoy it, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Also, if you want to watch the videos separately, you can check them out now on my channel. Now with the intro out of the way, let's get this show on the road! So first up on my TADC redesign lineup is everyone's favorite little jester, Pomni. Pomni's digital design is based on a jester, so I tried to make her redesign look more like one. Pomni is the main central protagonist of the show, having first been transported into the digital circus during the pilot episode. I kept her main color palette the same, with the main colors being red, blue, and yellow. Next up is Pomni's best friend and ragdoll, Ragatha. Ragatha's design was based off Raggedy Ann from the old 1970s animated movie about her and Andy, so I made her redesign look more like that character. Fun fact, but each member of the amazing digital circus's designs are based off of old vintage children's toys, which is why I tried to make her redesign resemble a ragdoll here. After Ragatha comes the bad boy bunny, Jax. Try saying that 3 times fast. With Jax's redesign, I tried to make it look more cartoony. His character is a rabbit, so I looked up some reference images of cartoon rabbits here. I gave him a pair of buck teeth and a little button nose for his face. Also, I ended up giving him a tail at the end. Following Jax comes the next redesign of Gangle. Initially I struggled on how to redesign Gangle since her whole character is made of ribbons. So I thought of making all the ribbons in her body loose, making her have to crawl around everywhere like an octopus. Here she is holding a broken smiley face mask, which Jack most likely broke in the first place. Succeeding Gangle is the mix and match toy, Zooble. Like with Gangle's redesign, I had a hard time trying to redesign her character, since she's made up of various different parts. In the end, I gave Zooble as many different parts as I could think of, including a magic 8-ball eye, a puzzle piece, a wheel leg, and a robot arm. As you can see, she's flipping the bird here, probably aiming it at Kane. Finally, the last character on this redesign lineup is Kinger. Kinger is modeled after a king's chess piece, so I gave him a little king's crown for his head. I also gave him a wedding ring for his late wife, Queenie. So first up is the Creative Artificial Intelligence Networking Entity, or CAIN for short. For Kane's redesign, I updated his ringmaster outfit to make him look more the part. I gave him a wind-up handle on his head / jaws, since Kane's design is based off a chattering teeth toy. I also did a second design for Kane for when he gets angry. because if you've seen episode 8, you know that Kane basically crashes out and turns completely evil at the end. Now with Bubble's redesign, I drew two versions of him. One as his Bubble self and, as the other, as a new ringmaster of the amazing digital circus. This is based off the theory that Bubble is actually Abel, another AI that Kane absorbed into himself before the events of the show. With Kane seemingly killed off, it's possible that Bubble, aka Abel, could replace him, but we won't know until the season finale. So first up on my TADC human designs is Pomni. In episode 5 of the series, we learned about the characters' backstories and what they did before coming to the amazing digital circus. Pomni's backstory being that she was an accountant for a supermarket chain and that she also did some urban exploring for a YouTube channel in her spare time. I tried to make Pomni's human design resemble her jester form, which included giving her a beanie in place of her jester hat. Next up on my TADC human designs is Ragatha. Ragatha's backstory is that she was a real estate agent who came from a wealthy farming family. It's heavily implied that Ragatha's mother was abusive towards her. Her button eye may even be symbolic of a black eye that she gave her. After Ragatha's human design comes Jax. We don't know much about Jax's backstory, but there are some theories that he may have been involved in a hit-and-run incident before coming to the circus. From what we've seen from the trailer, Jax may be the final antagonist of the show/movie. I based Jax's human design on Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad as a reference to his fake backstory that he used. Following Jax's human design comes Gangle. Gangle was once a graphic designer who wanted to be a manga artist, but she dropped out of art college and started working at a fast food industry instead. I gave Gangle an anime schoolgirl uniform to wear. I figured that since she loves manga and anime so much, she'd also love the cosplay too. With Gangle's human design done, the next human design is Zooble. Zooble used to work as a tattoo artist and a bartender briefly. They also like to do some urban exploring like Pomni did in her spare time. I imagine that Zooble's fashion choice would be very punk rocker based, with a leather jacket, piercings, tattoos, and a shaved part of her head. Finally, the last character on this human design lineup is Kinger. In episode 8, Kinger was revealed to be a computer programmer at CNA and was responsible for creating the AI Kane alongside his co-worker, Scratch. So first up on my abstracted character redesigns is Jax. In the finale, we learned that Jax was secretly transgender, something that Gooseworx later confirmed. My redesign of him/her is based on a what-if scenario where Jax came out and never ended up abstracting in the first place. I replaced her overalls with a hoodie and pants similar to her real-life counterpart Leroy, and I also moved her bow tie to her head. After Jax's redesign comes her former best friend, Ribbit. Ribbit's design is based on a frog, so I tried to make her more frog-like by giving her webbed hands and feet. I made her bow tie the same one that Jax has. The story behind this is that my version of Jax took it after Ribbit abstracted here. Next up is everyone's favorite clown, Kafumo, woohoo! I made Kafumo's appearance more clownish for my redesign of him, and I also made him share a resemblance to my redesign of Pomni. Pomni's design is actually a close mix between the two characters Ribbit and Kafumo, with Kafumo and her being clown themed and having Ribbit's rosy red cheeks. Following Kafumo's redesign comes the first of the abstracted, Scratch. In episodes 8 and 9, it was revealed that Mike Dobby, the real-world counterpart of Scratch, created a brain scanner to create digital clones of people, including himself, so that they can live forever in the digital circus. I made Scratch's redesign half dog and half hot dog, as a reference to the Easter egg of him found in Spudsies. Finally, the last character on this redesign lineup is Queenie. Queenie is Kinger's wife, who was cloned into the digital circus alongside him. Unfortunately, she ended up abstracting before the main events of the series took place. I made Queenie's design similar to Kinger's since they're both based on chess pieces, with Queenie being a queen chess piece here.